So today I'm going to be doing the chocolate book tag. I was tagged by the lovely Iomade from Ellie's and Pancakes, and I am super excited to do this tag because I've sort of been in a bit of a reading slump right now, which is really unfortunate. Every time I pick up a book, I'm just like not super motivated to read for very long. So hopefully this is actually going to help motivate me. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. So the first thing is Dark Chocolate, a book that covers a dark subject. So I actually picked two, but I'm going to explain why. The first one is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This is a very dark book. It surrounds the murder of a young girl, and it's from her perspective up in heaven looking down on the investigation and on how her death is affecting her family, and it's really, really sad. I literally cried every single time I read the book. It was impossible for me not to bawl. I personally didn't like the book and would never read it again because of how heartbreaking the story is and how difficult it was for me to read because it's such a dark subject. Obviously it was well written if it did make me cry every single time I read it, so I can't count it as a bad book. It's just that I didn't like it. So that's why I decided to choose a second book, which I am going with To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, because I absolutely love this novel. It kind of surrounds a lot of issues with racism. It sort of just deals with a dark period in American history, but it's looked at through the eyes of a young girl, and that's what I think is just really cool about this story. The next section is White Chocolate, and this is a favorite lighthearted or humorous read. And for this, I'm going with The Princess Bride by William Goldman. I kind of wanted to choose this book for like all of the categories because, as I've talked about before on my channel, I am in love with it. But I especially love The Princess Bride because I found it so funny, and I was not expecting that at all from the book. So the next one is Milk Chocolate, and this is a book with a lot of hype that you're dying to read. For this, I decided to go with The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and that's mostly because I have heard so many good things about this book. I've had it on my to-read list for way too long now, so it's definitely one of the first books that I am getting to this summer. The next one is Caramel Center, the book that makes you go gooey inside as you read it. And for this, I chose Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I really, really adored this book when I read it a couple years ago. Pride and Prejudice isn't really in your face with all of the romance that's going on in the novel, so that's probably why I really liked it. But it was still, you know, kind of a mushy love novel where the guy and the girl who hate each other at first somehow fall in love with each other, and it just, yeah, and I really love this story. Okay, so the next one is Wafer Free KitKat. So a book that surprised you lately, and I've chosen to go with Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I had to read this novel for school this last term. I was really excited to finally get to read a Neil Gaiman novel because my friend Emma had actually read American Gods by Neil Gaiman and she totally loved it. So I was super excited to finally, you know, get to read something of his. And I really, really loved this book. I wasn't really too sure what to expect from the novel, so that's why I was super surprised to see how much I liked it. So the next section is Snickers, a book that you're going nuts about. So I chose The Diviners by Libba Bray, and it has been a while since I've read this book, but I'm still super obsessed with it, I guess. The second part of that trilogy is coming out in the next few months. It's called A Lair of Dreams, and I'm super, super excited for it. So I've been wanting to read The Diviners again, and I'd say that that was probably the last novel that I was super obsessed with. The last topic is Hot Chocolate, a book that you turn to for comfort. And this will come as no surprise, but Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is the book that I go to for comfort. And the reason being, it's the shortest book in the Harry Potter series, and it always makes me feel happy. So that was the chocolate book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Right, so I have to tag people now. I'm obviously going to tag Kayla. I'm also going to tag Lily Pad because obviously you love reading a ton of books. I'm also going to say she might be Monica because you do a lot of book stuff, and I feel like you had already done this, but I don't know, so I'm going to put your name out there anyway. Anybody else who's watching this, just do the tag and let me know down below if you're gonna do it, and I'll check it out. That's all for this one. I'm also going to be filming a TV tag video right after this so that will be going up soon. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.